Hi, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the session. So, again, another Thursday, and we are here with our resume preparation sessions. Right. So, this is Harshit Gautam, data scientist at AiSPRY, and I'll be taking you throughout the session today. Okay. So, today we will basically talk about that why to tailor your resume, then understanding the job description, which is also known as JD, right? Identifying your relevant skills and experiences that you can mention in your resume and you can get selected for interview and the job. Using keywords, then customizing your layout of your resume, tailoring cover letters, final tips and best practices. All right. So, talking about why to tailor your resume, by the way, let me tell you first that what resume means exactly. Resume will be your first and the most important representation in front of recruiters. When you want to apply for a job, you want to get that particular job, you will be sending your resume, which will hold all the skills, all the data about you. For example, your graduation, your skills, your experiences, the projects that you have worked on, all the things. So you should make sure that your resume is perfectly aligned with the skills and the job that you are applying for. Okay, so first of all, for visibility and relevance, your resume should be properly relevant to the job that you are applying for. Okay, then alignment with the job and culture. You should make your resume in such a manner that it should perfectly align with the job that you are applying for. For example, I have to get a job for an LP engineer and I want to apply for that job. For example, I see any vacancy. So when I will prepare my resume, I will prepare my resume in such a manner that I will use all the bullet points, all the projects that are related to that particular job. NLP concepts. I'll mention LLM projects which I have done, these kind of things, right? Then interview chances, like when you will apply for a job, there will be multiple applicants. So to make sure that among all the resumes that have been sent for that particular job, your resume will get selected. Your resume should get selected, right, for interview. For that, you will have to align your, you will have to tailor your resume perfectly. After that, you will have to stand out. Anyhow, there will be 1,000 applicants. For example, there is there are two vacancies and there are 1,000 applicants. Now there are 1,000 resumes which will go through that ATS software, and that software will decide 5 to 10, like hardly 5 to 10 uh, candidates for interview round. So to make sure that out of those 5 to 10 candidates, one is you should make sure that your resume is perfect. Now, we will talk about how to make your resume perfect. Now, before that, you should know what is JD, job description, right? So basically, job description is a kind of document which will hold all the bullet points, all the requirements, skills that candidates should have, that recruiter is expecting, right? So you should identify your key skills that you can mention, that you can impress with. Okay, then you should focus on in essential qualifications. For example, we provide 360, like at 360DigiTMG, we provide you different courses along with the certificates. So those kind of qualifications you can mention in your resume. Topic talking about job language. So if I am applying for a data scientist job, should I mention sales related words or that language? Right? No, of course not. I should mention machine learning, data analysis, what is prediction, what is deep learning, what is LLM, these things I should mention there. So every domain will have its own unique language and words, terminology that you should know, right? Then talking about next thing, that is interview insights. You should try to predict that, okay, if I'm applying for LLM engineer, basically, for example, so you should know that, okay, what kind of questions they might ask me, what they will ask me. That those questions you can create a list, you can prepare on those questions, right? And these things you can only get after reading JD properly. So whenever you want to apply for a job, you should first read JD, then identifying your relevant skills and experiences. So you should list out all the experience that you have, you should list out all the skills that you have, and then read that JD, that job title and all, and based on that you should put your experiences and skills in your resume, right? Not anything and everything you have to put in your resume. Then talking about your achievements. So for example, you are applying for a data scientist role. Now data scientists, they just not do machine like model training or machine learning part. They also identify what is business problem, they also identify how to solve that problem, what should be solution approach. Okay, they also identify that okay, what kind of data we need, what kind of EDA and pre-processing we have to perform, all that crisp MLQ framework basically we follow, they follow, right? So while preparing your resume, you can mention words or terms like led a team of 10 or 15 interns work on that project, led a team of 20 people work on that project. So those kind of terms like led you can mention in your resume basically. After that, prioritizing your content, you should highlight your relevant experiences first, right? Relevant experiences in the sense, some people they have worked for like 5 to 10 years and they will have gap sometimes in their career, right? But they can use that thing in like another side also, like another they can mention those things as their achievements. For example, I have worked on Excel and Tableau previously. Now I'm applying for data analyst role. So those things can be mentioned in your resume as analysis process, right? So you can highlight those things. Then updating. Now update is the most important thing, whether it's about resume or knowledge. Everything should get updated. Even though you install any software, you update it, right? So updating your knowledge, knowing that okay, this particular library has been launched in field of machine learning, how to use this. Okay, there is one particular LLM that has been recently launched. So you should know all those things. You should update your knowledge. At the same time, you should update your resume after like 20 days, 30 days. You should keep updating those things. Now talking about keywords. So there will be a lot of keywords. I will tell you at the end of the session, but identify relevant keywords. I can like I see many people, many students of me also, like when they prepare their resume, they fill their resume with a lot of keywords. And those like out of all those keywords that they put in their resume, many keywords they will be not relevant enough also. Right. So that is the mistake that people do and you have to ignore. Don't put everything in your resume. You should know that what are relevant keywords for this particular GD, for this particular job. Okay. Based on that, you should select specific keywords. After that, keep your resume and keywords natural. Okay. And that is something like where people lack. They will put everything and anything. No, you don't have to do that. There is something called as authenticity, right? So make sure that your resume is natural and authentic. Then balancing keyword, don't use too many resumes. Okay, because your resume has to go through ATS and human both. Like your resume will be sent through resume like ATS and humans both. After that, talking about resume layout, so you can go with all these three possible options like chronological, functional, or combination. But the most important thing about resume layout, according to me, is like placement of your partitions. Like for example, you have to mention couple of like points: your graduation, like your education things, your projects that you have worked on, right? For example, in AI, like 360 DigiTMG, our students, they get chance to work on live projects, right? So when they mention those things in their resume, visibility of their resume gets increases, right? So talking about like where to put your projects, where to put your skills. For example, this is your page where you are creating your resume. So you should highlight those projects. For example, here on the top, you can write your intro here, and then Here you can mention your projects, then your skills, right? Your certificates, right? All those things you can mention in your resume. So you should know where to put which section, right? After that, there will many people they put too many colors, too many like visuals in their like graphs in their resume. That you have to avoid. You have to keep your resume very simple and very attractive. So simplicity is something that makes your resume attractive. Okay, talking about cover letter, so that is something that can give personal touch to your resume, to your application, and you should prepare one perfect cover letter which should also align with your resume and the job and culture that you are applying for. Okay, talking about final tips and best practices. First of all, proofreading. You should proofread your resume before sending it to the recruiter. You should make sure that, okay, for example, I put one library that I don't know about. And if my resume gets selected, right, and they ask me questions from that particular library, what will happen? Just because I didn't read my resume before sending it to recruiter, I am not able to answer. Right? Then taking feedback when you want to send your resume. Before that, just talk to your like trainers or talk to your parents who like, but they should have knowledge about the same thing. Right? And you should take feedback that okay whether this resume is perfect or not. There can be any improvement or not, but don't take feedback from anyone. Keep it current, regular, update regularly your resume and skills, everything. Engage in networking. You should build your profile, like profiles such as uh, LinkedIn profile, Naukri.com, all those platforms where you can get connections and you can get a job. Talking about famous job portals, so we have Naukri.com, we have Shine.com, Times Jobs, Fresherworld.com. Okay, then the most important one, LinkedIn. So you can take a snap of this page and you can like go through all these job portals. You can create your profile, you can mention all those things, right? Okay, talking about LinkedIn, so always get updated on LinkedIn. That is the like most important social media platform for job professionals. These are few Google search results. When people search for job, they search like okay, data science job in Bangalore, and they get results like this. Okay, from here they directly get linked to apply. So you can also go through all these things. Now, talking about keywords for data scientist resume. So these are few keywords, for example, statistics. Then you have trend analysis, like data integration, data privacy. You have problem solving, then business analysis, market analysis, financial analysis, right? Time series analysis, predictive analysis. So out of all these keywords, you can select according to the JD and you can put in your resume. Okay. Okay. Talking about frequently asked questions in interviews. So they ask like questions like how could you have improved your career progress? How do you worry about? Give me example of your creativity. Are you willing to relocate or travel? So these kind of questions. Now these things can be personal to you. They can be subjective. So you should know how to answer all those things. Then talking about like quotes. So there is a quote by Venkat Van Ghosh that goes like, I don't know anything with certainty, but seeing the stars makes me dream. Wow. Now, talking about contact, like how to connect to us. If you have any query, you can call us on 1-800-212-654-321. You can inquiry at this email address and you can visit our official site 360digitmg.com. Talking about our official offline platforms, so we have Hyderabad, Bangalore and Chennai. Here we have offline classes available. Along with that, we have multiple franchisee across India and globe. You can scan these QR codes and you can connect us on Instagram, YouTube and LinkedIn, all those social media platforms. so that you can get updated. Now, talking about our official website. So this is our very beautiful official website. Now, the most important thing pertaining to resume preparation here, when you go to our official page, which is 360digitmg.com, you get here on the top, you get an option learning resources, right? And there, the fourth option is resume optimization hub. When you click over there, just 1 second. Yeah. And here you click on this get started for free now. Okay. Here you will get one option to upload your resume here. Okay. You can click here and you can upload your resume. And then on the right side, you will get an option to either choose a file for JD, or you can directly copy and paste your JD here. After that, what you have to do is you have to click on this compare now, and then you will get to know that which are the keywords which are missing in your resume and which are present in your resume. Based on that, you can upgrade your resume, right? So this is such a beautiful thing. Talking about another learning resource we have, that is mind map. Now this mind map will help you to update your knowledge within 5 to 10 minutes. To revise all the bullet points in 5 to 10 minutes, you just have to double click. Whenever you see all these 3 lines, you have to double click. Okay, and it will keep expanding and extending. It will have all the keywords. You can go through this, right? Talking about our YouTube page, so you can go through our YouTube page, you can subscribe this page, and you can get all the updates pertaining to data and all. Okay, whenever there is any project, there is any new technology, right? We have multiple classes ongoing, so you can get updated and gain your knowledge throughout YouTube also. So that was all for today. Thank you all for joining the session, and we will again meet next Thursday. Thank you all. Thanks for joining.